President-elect.
Thank you very much. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Her Excellency, the Vice President-elect, James Nana Opoku-Agyeman, the Chief of Staff, indeed, let me say, distinguished guests, and stand on existing protocol. I want to thank His Excellency, the President, for his kind invitation this morning to visit the office of the President to discuss preliminary issues before the inauguration of the transition team this morning. I also want to thank him for the early briefing he gave me on issues of critical national importance in respect of national security and the economy. I want to congratulate him on superintending over what has been a successful election, and to congratulate the Security Service, the Electoral Commission, and all those who helped to make this election successful. Our country has done it once again, despite the belief of naysayers, and I believe that Ghana will continue to get it right when it matters the most. Mr. President, you can count on my respect and cooperation during and even after this transition. We must demonstrate to the world that despite the adversity we face, Ghana remains the beacon of democracy in Africa. Today we're here to inaugurate the Joint Transitional Team as required by law, and I wish to congratulate the members who have been selected or nominated to serve on this Joint Transitional Team. There is huge expectation that this transitional team will get its work right so that we have a seamless and smooth transition of power from one democratically elected government to another. Obviously, this is in fulfillment of the Presidential Transition Act, which was signed into law in 2012 by our late President of blessed memory, Professor John Evans Atta Mills. The law requests that we set up a joint transitional team in a cooperative spirit with mutual respect and openness to the approach of matters during the transition period. The purpose is to achieve a smooth and peaceful transfer of government administration, as I said, from one government to another. We pray that the members of the Joint Transitional Team will work within the confines of this law to fulfill the wishes of the Ghanaian people as expressed in the votes of 7th December 2024. In accordance with law, I have nominated members of my side of the Joint Transitional Team and nominated Honorable Julius Deborah, former Chief of Staff, to represent me as Joint Chair of the Transition Team. I've also nominated, on the basis of experience and institutional memory, several other people, including Johnson Asiedu Nketia, who is the chairman of our party, but also served as a long-standing member of parliament and also as Deputy Minister of Agriculture. Honorable Fifi Fiavikwete, who's General Secretary of our party and served as Minister of Transport and Minister of Agriculture. Mr. Kalistus Mahama, who was head of the Ghana Local Government Service and also has been the administrator in my office these past 8 years. Professor Kwabena Ahoy, who is a doyen of local government, and if I want to talk about his credentials, we probably will not leave here today. Mr. Akufo-Addo MP, who is our majority leader. In order not to stir controversy, maybe I'll say incoming. I don't know what position he will take, but Honorable Mahama MP, who also served as Minister of Youth and Sports and also as Minister of Environment, Science and Technology, and is the MP for Boko Central. Honorable Valerie Sawyer, who served as Deputy Chief of Staff and also served as Special Presidential Advisor on Policy. And Honorable Guzi Tano, who is a long-standing cadre, has been a member of the PNDC and is a very well-known intellectual and very seasoned politician and businessman. We have 3 ex-official members, and the first is Honorable Prosper Bani, who served as Chief of Staff and also as Minister of Interior, but previously worked with the United Nations. We have Honorable Marita Brew Apia-Opong, who was Attorney General when I was President. And then we have the Doyen of Transitions, Honorable Nana Tudazi, who is a UN consultant on transitions and has worked on transitions in many countries. And of course, as Mr. President said, the Honorable Dua Jahu joins the Honorable Michael Kwe under the chairmanship of Speaker Sumana Bagbin on the Advisory Council. I wish to ask that we all be guided by the spirit behind the Presidential Transition Act to ensure a smooth and seamless transition. We may belong to different political parties, but we all belong to Ghana, and let the spirit of our nationalism and patriotism prevail. We call on the transition team to work expeditiously and within a modest budget, given the prevailing economic circumstances. Even though Mr. President seems to strike a very upbeat tone on recent numbers, I'm sure the transition team would establish that. Mr. President, you can count on my respect and cooperation during and even after this transition. We must demonstrate to the world that despite the adversity we face, Ghana remains the beacon of democracy in Africa. Now more than ever, destiny requires us as countrymen and women to close our ranks and stand in solidarity with each other. And just a little slip, I omitted Dr. Edward Omani-Boama, who was Minister of Communications in my government and has been the Director of Elections during the past election. And so we must put our country first, and the work will be onerous, but we expect that you're capable and you're going to put your shoulders to the wheel. Myself and Mr. President will be available in case you need to consult us on anything. Let the spirit of cooperation that has marked the post-election period continue to guide us even as we go through this phase. And so I want to thank you all, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the President.